Hey guys, I'm Rachel Cruz.
I'm George Camel.
And this is
Smart Money Happy Hour.
Cheers, George.
Cheers.
It's like an alcoholic Skittle.
Oh, that's an interesting
What
take.
that tastes like. Well, this is the show where two friends who happen to be money experts talk about what you're talking about. So everything from pop culture, current events, and money.
And today we are fighting back against mindless spending and sneaky marketing tactics, but in a cool way.
Because we're cool.
I always have to preface everything, but in a cool way.
But we're cool and hip and know what's going on in
That's
life. Right. So while we do that and try to prove our coolness, what are we sipping on, George?
We are sipping on a Chestnut cup because nothing says cool like Chestnut cup. So if you want to know what's in it, you stick around. We're going to give you the rating, reveal the cost per glass at the end of the episode, and as always, recipes in the show notes.
Yeah, more like a Starburst.
With like a bitterness to it.
That's the way I went Starburst.
Very interesting.
Yeah,
okay, let's get into this, Rachel. We're talking about some Gen Z lingo today, and they've once again outdone themselves.
I mean,
coming up with a new word.
They keep it coming. You know, you take an old tactic.
Do you think there's some sort of like UN of Gen Zers that come together to decide, like, hey guys, we're not doing no-show socks anymore?
Okay, I was about to say the sock thing. I don't even know, where do you buy those socks that they wear?
Amazon.
Amazon?
Yeah.
I don't know. And what's the height? Like, how do you, like,
Too much height.
They are, they're changing things quickly.
And I heard you have to wear the Nike socks or Adidas, and then you flip them inside out.
Inside out. No, you don't flip them inside out. You wear them inside out.
That's what I meant.
So the threading is different. I know.
And then you put it inside of like a slip-on, and then
Okay, my daughter
have
just asked to do, she has some slides, and she wanted socks with them. And we only have ankle socks at our house because we're
an American family.
Because we're cool. And she's like, I need high socks, Mom. And I was like, oh, no.
This is why we fought the British, Rachel. We're not going to bring back these stupid traditions.
I know, but they're at it again, those Gen Zers, and they're bringing on a new term, something that we got to talk about. But it's actually a great term. I love it. And it's a issue about money that's been around for a long time. And it's one that I would say back in the day, don't just spend to save, but they have married the two. They've had a baby together, and the word now is spaving.
That's right. You heard that right. Spaving. Just rolls off the tongue. A totally normal word to say out loud. So this is spending to save, the combination of spending and saving, which kind of feels like an oxymoron, which is why I think they love it.
Yeah. Because you can justify spending if you're saving money. It's kind of the girl math thing.
It's the evolution of girl math. I'm putting it all together now.
Yeah. The spaving.
From the people behind girl math, bring you
spaving.
This summer.
Spaving. But what is it called when you take two words and you mash them together?
Oh, that's a fancy French word. Portmanteau.
Wait.
Portmanteau.
Portmanteau?
I don't know how they say it over across the pond.
Man.
I doubt they say it like portmanteau. Portmanteau.
Portmanteau.
Someone French, let us know in the comments how French people say it.
But it is a French word that means that, right? But to...
Yeah, we have the notes here. Port means French for port, to carry. And manteau means cloak, which describes a suitcase that opens in two halves. Don't understand that. But basically, portmanteaus carry the two meanings of their combined words. Can you give us some examples?
We got mocktail.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's cocktail and mock together.
And mock is fake, like a mock neck, right? Or what do they call that? A mock neck?
Sure.
Yeah.
That's a good example.
It looks like a turtleneck, but it's not.
Brangelina. I don't know if that's still relevant. Probably not.
I think they've been done for a while, right? Oh, you got brunch.
Breakfast, lunch equals brunch.
Between breakfast and lunch, it's brunch.
Glamping.
Yo, glamping.
That's something you've done a lot of.
No.
Glam and camping.
I've not done a lot of
You've never done camping?
Yes. I've not glamped, though.
How far were you from a bathroom?
When I would camp before?
Yeah.
There was no bathroom in some of the places I camped, so that's not glamping.
Did you have a TV inside the tent?
No.
Okay, maybe just me. Take it back.
No, but glamping is really cool. It is the glamorous camping, right?
Yes.
Have you glamped like at an official place?
I have camped and I have glammed, and let me tell you, would much prefer glamping.
Yeah, I don't like camping. It's not my thing.
Thank you.
So that was back in my youth.
Well, I found that people...
I hiked the Rocky Mountains for 4 days.
What?
True story.
Like you lived among the mountains?
Yes.
Like you just parked yourself in a cave? Like
And
where did
camped
you?
with a group of people.
Were you a high schooler?
Yeah, going into my senior year.
That feels real risky.
Well, I was kind of in my Chaco era, so I was very, very into that.
You were on a journey.
Mountain Smith side satchels.
Oh yeah.
It was quite a sight to see. I've been through a lot of evolution.
You have been through a lot. Just period.
How about shrinkflation?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes. So this is like the food you buy. There's not a lot in the bag. It is
Inflation
shrinking.
means shrinkage because
or the size of something is smaller than what you normally. I mean, you can put it with anything.
What they do is it went from 1.7 ounces to 1.5 ounces, and they charge the same amount.
And they don't tell you.
And unless you're really watching them, which I always do.
I believe that, George.
Yeah, it happened with Epic bars. Have you ever had one of those, like
Never.
a beef jerky bar?
Wow, no.
Used to be 1.7, went down to 1.5. They thought old George wouldn't notice.
And looky there. Camping Rachel
Not
would get into
falling
that.
Not falling for it.
How about an infomercial? So you got a
Information and
commercial all together, an infomercial.
It feels like there was less information and just more commercial.
Yeah, do
Just
you want to know
a
a confusing one? This is a Ramsey one. You ready for this? Entree leadership.
Explain that one. That's a good one. We did mash those words.
We mashed those and ran with it to the hills.
And that's entrepreneurship plus leadership.
all together, yeah?
So business and leadership is our...
So it's not just leadership, but it's like running a business. But it's not just running a business, it's leadership too. Entrepreneurship and leadership.
And to be fair, very strong brand today.
It actually is, yes.
And it's
great.
catchy.
Yep.
Another one of ours that I didn't know we were so good at portmanteaus around here, SmartVestor. So this is a program that we developed where we can refer you to an investing professional.
Oh, yeah.
So you want to be a smart investor, well, you go reach out to a SmartVestor Pro.
Pull them together. There you go. See?
Love it. Last one, jeggings. Explain that one. Explain jeggings. Remember when that was all the rage among the youth?
Golly, jeggings. I don't know if I ever had a pair of jeggings. They look like jeans, but they're leggings.
Exactly.
My daughters had them.
That makes sense.
Great. Yeah, they're great.
They're like, we babies wear these. Why shouldn't a grown woman?
Does Mia have any jeggings?
Well, she's not in real clothes yet. She's in like cute little
that's true.
numbers,
Yeah.
like the one you got, a little smocked onesie.
Has she worn that,
She
George?
did wear it.
She did?
I feel like she's outgrown it now.
Probably. It was little.
You get to wear these things one time,
I know, and then it's done.
but that was very nice of you.
I'm so glad. Keep it for her children. You know, it's like a heirloom type piece.
That's weird to think about. Okay, back to spaving.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
You know what? What is in this
That's what we
drink?
said in the Rockies.
Nobody said that. In freshman year of high school, you're like, put that in your pipe and smoke it. Like, wow. Well, we're going to get to spaving. Before we do, we have a rapid fire guessing game for other portmanteau terms. So the other person has to guess what two words make up this word that we all know and love.
Okay.
First one, podcast.
I'm only going to say it because right before this episode started rolling, George didn't
accidentally said
realize
it.
that the answer was right next to this on his end, and he said it out loud, which I didn't know. So it's a podcast. It was an iPod and like a, what did you say? Like a vision, a cast.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot it already.
You must have been the worst cheater in high school. You're like, you'd look over and you'd be like, wait, one more time.
Was it A or D? Was it A or D?
One more time.
It was iPod and like a newscast.
Broadcast.
Broadcast. That's what
Pretty
we're looking
good.
for. That's what
Okay.
we're looking for. Okay, how about this one? A shepherd.
Okay, obviously the combination of shep and herd. So it's a herd of sheep. Shep stands for sheep. Problem solved.
Good job. That's
Is that
it.
right? Sheep,
yeah, sheep
herd?
and herd. Wow. Good job.
To be fair, a third grader could have got that one.
I'm terrible at this game. I'm
Okay,
nervous
next
about
up.
this.
And please play along if you're at home and you're with someone, make them play too. Here we go. Sitcom.
Comedy and situations.
You knew that? Situational comedy.
Oh my gosh.
Aren't all
I'm
things situations?
okay, ready for this
Okay.
one? This is a hard one.
All right.
Intercom.
Okay, com for communication. Inter for like not outer, but inter.
Close.
What's the word for? It's not inside.
Not you're close. Yeah. Let me give
Internal communication.
That was really good.
We
That was
got there.
good.
This is so I don't think anyone else is having fun listening, but we are having a really good time.
I'm really nervous about this next one.
Fortnite.
I don't know. Okay, can I just be really frank? And T Swift has a whole
album
song about this, and then I know there's a video game, but it's spelled different. I don't know what that means. Fortnite.
Well, think what night is. That's a night.
A
day and night.
Like a K in
no.
night? Okay.
Just a night.
And
then fort represents a period of time. How many?
40.
Not 40, but
4.
One more try. You're close. 14 nights. That's a fortnight.
Seriously?
Why they couldn't have just said 2 weeks?
But is that what is that
Maybe they didn't have the weeks yet?
Is that what Taylor Swift, is that what's about 14 nights?
I guess so.
It's up for interpretation.
Okay.
She's an artist.
Okay, here we go. Real quick. Motel.
Mini hotel?
No.
I know it's hotel is the second one.
Yeah.
The M must stand for...
That one's hard. I would never know.
Modern hotel? It can't be a modern hotel.
I feel like Dory.
Give me a third letter. M-O.
T. I know. I wouldn't have gotten this.
Motor hotel.
Yes. Motor hotel.
Why? I don't know.
It's just weird. A motor hotel. Yeah,
all right.
I've done this one.
Next up, you're going to love this one. Pokemon.
Oh, Lord. A man? A mon? Soon.
It's close. What's something scary?
Monologue.
Nope. Scary that starts with mon. Rachel, you're such
monster.
a monster.
You're a monster.
Okay, and then something portable that you could maybe put in your...
pocket. A pocket monster. No way.
Should I have been a second grade teacher? I feel like I would be crushing this right now. If Rachel was my student, I would be crushing it.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Okay, last one. Emoticon.
Emotional icon. You gave me a real softball.
Great job.
There.
Great job,
All right,
George.
hope you guys had fun listening. If not, you probably stopped listening long ago, so nothing matters.
Oh my gosh.
Let's continue into the financial content, what people are here for.
I know. Okay, so a lot of people were like, okay, spending and saving. How do these have a similar theme? Because they seem like opposites, right?
Well, if the stores can convince you that you're saving, you're more willing to spend.
That's right.
So it's all psychological. So can you really spend money and save at the same time? No.
We're not sure if you're going to buy the product anyway.
That's the question.
But you're still spending. It is true. Okay, so here are some really common spaving tricks.
Watch out for these. And can I just say, none of these are evil. These are not they're out to get you.
No, they're not immoral.
But it's good to be aware that not everything is a deal and that you're not always saving. So you want to be self-aware here.
Yeah. BOGO. Buy one, get one free.
That is one of my favorite deals because I truly feel like it's one of the best deals out there.
Yeah, because if you were, again, I think I always will preface with if you were going to buy it anyways, then it is a great deal. And in some places, depending on your state and stores and stuff, some even grocery stores, if it's a buy one, get one free, and you just buy one of the items, you get it half off.
That's right. Like Publix in certain states, like Tennessee, you don't have to buy two to get the half off price.
And you get it half off. And you're like, wait, what? So it's pretty great. But if you add, if you buy two, obviously, then one is free.
Yep.
So
why do they do this?
Because it's psychological. Because I think if you don't need it, you pass by and you're like, oh my gosh, sure.
But they've got to have some good free profit margins to offer it at a BOGO deal. So I do this, and they, you do kind of tend to stock up when it comes to these BOGO deals. You go, oh my gosh, I need to get a lot of it because that's such a good deal. Mm-hmm. And I have fallen for this, but it's things I already budgeted for, and it's usually sparkling water. If there's a BOGO deal at Publix on sparkling water, I will not find a better deal.
Yes.
Even at Costco, wherever, Aldi, you cannot find a better bang for the buck when it comes to price brands.
Do you know the healthiest sparkling water?
I do.
Did we talk about this already?
Spindrift?
Yes. It's the only one that doesn't have natural flavoring.
Natural flavors, quote unquote. We need to do a whole episode on marketing. That would be a good one.
Ooh,
the marketing terms and how they mean nothing.
Yeah, I have heard that.
Like all natural means nothing.
Doesn't mean anything. Yeah, but again, and I think stores, especially clothing, isn't clothing one of the highest profit margins? Like what they really spend to get the clothes versus what they sell it for. Like it's
that
crazy.
Makes sense.
But places like Old Navy or Gap, a lot of those kind of places, they will do it all the time. And it's
BOGO
like,
sales.
Yes. Or just like massive sales going on all the time. And it causes you to think, oh, yeah, well, that's just, I mean, and some of these can be really cheap. It's like $8 for a pair of leggings. And you're like, I mean, why not for $8?
And then you're like, well, I didn't really need one pair of leggings, but I'll take two.
Yes. I mean,
because that makes sense.
It's just, you just kind of keep piling on.
Sneaky.
I know,
so beware of the BOGO.
Okay, another one that gets me, free shipping. If you spend $100 at Abercrombie, free shipping, and then you go and you get the two things you need, and you look up and you're like, oh my gosh, $17 more. I could get free shipping, or I'm going to pay $8. I don't know.
True.
That's $6.
But really paying for shipping feels like a waste now.
It does, and then you end up spending more because nothing is $6.
So I'll waste another $17 to get the free shipping because then at least I got more stuff.
That's right.
So that's the thinking here. And then your cart has somehow reached $95. You're like, how did we get here? Yeah. I added too much stuff.
And then it keeps going. Well, then it's $95, and they're like, well, if you spend $100, and you're like, oh man, I gotta get $5 more. They keep getting you. They know what they're doing.
I usually wait on sites like that. I will wait until I actually need enough stuff to warrant the free shipping versus just,
Wow, you're patient and mature. It's good for you,
Thank
George.
you. Thank you. I get that a lot.
Good for you.
That's a good one.
So there's some other spaving tactics that, again, might make you feel like you're winning financially. Rewards programs.
Ooh, this one's hard.
Yeah.
And it's one of the biggest reasons people use credit cards. It's like, well, Rachel, I'm winning because the rewards.
Yes.
Why wouldn't I put it on my credit card?
I know. But and again, if you're already buying the thing, go ahead and sign up and go ahead and get the points, right? I mean, on accountants, I think about Chick-fil-A, the Chick-fil-A app. It's great. They scan it, you get the points, and you get free stuff. And
yes.
Because we're going to be spending it anyways, And
that's a key caveat here. People go, well, Rachel, I thought you were anti-rewards program. Listen, we're not anti-free rewards programs when you're using your own money and you've budgeted for it.
Right. Yeah.
Just not. I don't want them tied to debt products or credit cards.
That's right.
But if it's just a free, Starbucks rewards or Chick-fil-A rewards, go ahead and sign up. Sometimes they have incentive perks to sign up on the front end, and sometimes they have ongoing perks. But as far as the points, accumulating, don't ever spend more just to get those.
Just to get the points. I know. Southwest, they're some of the best, I think, at redeeming airline miles and points and stuff. Again, not on credit card. You're just flying and you get the points. And Winston and I booked a trip for later this year, and he was missing just like maybe 5,000 points or something. And you can go buy points, and buying the points was cheaper than buying the full ticket, right? Because he only needed a certain amount.
That makes sense.
And so I went down that whole rabbit hole of comparing prices and all of it. And it ends up being a good deal until the price changes after you buy the points. And then I went back.
No.
Yes, true story.
That's messed up.
I know. Why do you think they did that to me?
Because you accepted the cookies, Rachel. They've been tracking you.
I know. So sometimes chasing the reward, I don't know.
You should have gone private browser, purchased his points. Private browser,
something weird.
Purchased
Something weird happened. It was not fun.
Don't track them.
Not fun.
Rewards programs is a tough one because plays into our psyche and the gamification that we all love.
Yeah.
Where we love seeing the points build up.
Yeah.
It's like Chuck E. Cheese all over again.
Well, what's funny is Chick-fil-A, it's oh my gosh, we get a free chicken sandwich, which is $4. And you spent so much just to get that one.
Yeah. And I've done the math on the Starbucks ones. I'm like, you got to spend $300 to get a free $5 drink.
Yeah,
this is a scam.
It is. So you got to be wise about it.
That's
be wise about it.
Next one, auto shipping.
Okay.
So an auto subscription. So if you need
I signed up for 2 of these accidentally.
There we go. Did you do it to save money on the front end? Because Rachel, you could save 5%.
No, I normally just do a one-time purchase just to make sure I like the product. And twice recently this happened
on
to
Amazon.
Me. No, this was a powder thing. It was a colostrum powder that I put in my shake.
Oh.
It's all over Instagram and I fell for it. I don't know if y'all have seen it. Armana or something. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I bought it. And then another one showed up 30 days later and I was like, oh no, they've got me on something. So I had to go back to the email.
It, unsubscribe, cancel all the subscriptions.
Yeah.
But I've done that with Amazon stuff because sometimes I'll do it to save some money on Amazon. It'll be like, hey, you can save 5% if you sign up for auto ship. So I'll do it. And then sometimes back in the day when it was young man's game, I'd forget to cancel. And I get it auto shipped again, even though I needed it once.
Yes. Yeah.
So that is
Do
sneaky.
you do it and then you go back and cancel it?
Yeah.
Wow.
So what I'll do now is I'll do the auto ship. Then as soon as it's shipped, I get the confirmation number. I'll go in and cancel.
Okay. There you go.
And I do actually have some auto ship that is useful to me. Dog food. From Chewy.com. Not a sponsor, but
it's great.
Reach out to you, boy.
Yeah.
So the dog food just shows up. I don't have to go lug, a 40-pound bag of dog food.
Love it.
Just shows up at my door.
How about the one-click feature on Amazon and Instagram?
That one's dangerous. Mm-hmm. They've made it so frictionless to spend. That's the key here, by the way. That's what they're all working. All these companies, they want to make it so easy to where with the swipe, with a double tap, Apple Pay now with these websites, it makes it so much easier to check out. You don't even need to enter in all your information.
It's crazy. And the Apple ID thing, or if you buy something, it's just, you hit.
With a tap, with a click, it's all it takes. So that is scary.
And again, sometimes it's convenient. That's why, I do like it because it is convenient, but it creates an urgency on everything. It's like, oh, we're out of these clips. Well, I can just, in 30 seconds, have it ordered. Versus if I went above my day, I probably wouldn't, I'd forget about it and not need it, right?
Yep.
If you had to go to the store to buy stuff, half the stuff you probably won't rebuy because you forgot about it. Where this, they're just taking
And now
your money.
they do it, I think, with like Alexa and Google. You can be like, hey, order me, 40 rolls of Charmin. I didn't want to set off everyone's Alexa and Google.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So I try to avoid saying the magic words.
Oh, man.
But someone may get some Charmin out of this deal. Be thankful.
And one other thing I don't like about the one click is all the data leakage that could happen, George.
Leakage is always a bad thing.
Yes.
There's very few scenarios where a leak happened and it was good.
Yeah, it's usually a negative. But when you're doing all this and you're filling out stuff, like just be careful that you're reading all the terms and conditions too, that you're not checking boxes in some ways too for your data just to be everywhere. Because checkbox or not, your data is everywhere on the internet.
That's so true. And it's why we need to take action against this. And there's a great company out there called Delete Me, and they're one of the sponsors of today's episode. And what they do, their one job is to scour the internet for your personal info and then remove it from the internet. And this is something that you could try to do on your own, but it would take forever. And I've tried it. I've attempted to fill out all the different forms and find the little invisible link at the bottom of their site to get removed, and it takes a long time. And they do it for me. They've saved me 33 hours. They've removed me from over 100 websites already in the few months that I've been using it, and it's been great.
Yeah, it's amazing. And again, they're so thorough in their process. It is incredible. And again, your data's everywhere, so making sure you protect it is key. So we'll put a link below, and people can get 20% off.
Any of the plans.
Yeah, a plan that you can do today. So sign up, protect your data. It's really important.
And that link is joindeleteme.com/smartmoney if you don't know how to get to the links below, because life's hard enough already.
Yep.
Trying to get my mom to go to a show note, it'd take a while.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
Joindeleteme.com/smartmoney.
That's right.
Next on the list of spaving tactics, Rachel, yellow sticker pricing. Explain this one.
Yeah, so stores will make it look like their prices are on sale, but when you actually peel back the layers and even the actual sticker, sometimes they will charge you more on the sale week than what they originally would sell the product for.
That's rude.
Just to make it feel like you're saving. And again, it's the yellow, the bright colors. It's like, it attracts you. You're thinking, I'm getting a good deal.
You see yellow or orange or red, and your brain goes, oh, it's a deal.
Yes.
But it's not. And this happens a lot online, and you'll notice this Amazon Prime Week. What they do is they go MSRP, $120. Amazon Prime deal, $37. But then you go, wait, the price is always $37. This is not actually a deal. They're just showing you some inflated MSRP price that's crossed out to make you think this is 78% off.
But you're getting such a great deal.
So you got to be careful. And a site I use for this, again, no affiliation, camel.com.
Oh my gosh.
And they'll show you Amazon price history. So I can actually type in a link, or I can type in the item, and it'll show me exactly, hey, in March, this price dipped down to $37. In April, it jumps back up. In September, it's going to drop back down. And it'll show you the best price it's been, the worst price it's been, the highest.
You can see it all.
And you can see it all, so you can make an informed decision.
So good. Thanks, George. Always
here
bringing the
with
wisdom and the resources.
Rachel will never use these because she has a life. But I'm like, Rachel, use my new tool.
Use this website.
And she's like, you're the tool.
Use this website. Cruise.
Cruise.com.
Cruise.com.
If that's actually a website, I will be impressed. Tread lightly.
Okay, so how do we combat this cycle, George? Because there's just so much of this coming at us. What can we do? Can I say number one?
Yeah.
Awareness. just be aware, right? Self-awareness is a beautiful thing to have in life, but be aware of the tactics that they're using. So when you see something, at least you know, okay, this is what they're doing. And then you can kind of reevaluate, hey, do I have the money to spend? Was I going to spend it anyways? You can kind of go down the list to make sure that it's a fair purchase for you to make and you're not just falling for a good sale. But being aware of these tactics, I think, is huge.
And one of the best ways to just become aware is by doing a budget. And we talk about that on the show, and people are like, oh, here we go with the budget. But really, the budget is your awareness tool to know, number one, do I have the money? Is this a priority? And should I be spending my hard-earned money on this? And if it's not, you just go, pause, let's wait, let's put it in the budget for next month.
Yeah, or even add it to the cart if you want.
Leave it in there.
Yeah, wait till the next month, and then maybe you get back to it and you're like, oh, I didn't even want that anyway.
The old save it for later button.
I know, I love it.
It's a great button.
It
so
is
if you want to start your budget or you want a great budget, check out Every Dollar. You can download it in the App Store or go to everydollar.com/smartmoney. And we'll take you there. We'll take you to a zone that is judgment-free and you're spending with intentionality.
So good. Okay, here's one. I've never done this one.
Maybe you should.
I know. Is a no-spend month. I've never done that before.
That feels like you're 75 hard.
Where you
That would be the equivalent.
Where you spend nothing but necessities.
We should make this a reality show. We take away Rachel's debit card. She can't spend. She'll have all of her basic needs taken care of.
Yeah. Have you done this? Have you done no-spend months?
We have. When we were saving up for our first home, Whitney
How was
and I. It actually is easier than you think once you just turn off all of the inputs that you have in your life. Like the emails and the notifications. Because once you figure out, all right, we have to cover food, utilities, housing, transportation, and insurance bills if those pop up. Other than that, what do you really need in a given day?
No, not a lot.
If you look at your bank account, it's mostly Amazon and Target and random things.
And I do think the idea of just it's black and white is easier for me. Like if it's we are not spending anything. But when you're like, oh, well, you have a little bit of money here. And then you're kind of like, oh, well, then I'll look and shop a little there. And then you end up down looking at something else. Do you know what I mean? But it's kind of easier when you just say, I'm not doing it, period.
What I did was I had a folder that I separated. It had all of my shopping apps in it. So Amazon,
you took it off
and I turned all the notifications off.
You, George.
So you're not tempted, and you remove the debit card info from these sites.
Yeah.
So it just adds a lot of friction, and then you're like, it's not worth it.
So good.
So do that for a month, just 30 days, and see what it does for your budget. You might go, oh my gosh, I gave myself a raise. We had an extra $1,000 that we were just kind of being lazy with.
Totally.
So that's a good one.
Love it. I like creating friction. This is a good one because we're talking about the ease of payment. So whether it's Apple Pay, you have your information on a website that they already have logged in. Whatever it is, create friction because it's going to cause more time. And I really do believe it causes your body to chill out more. You're not on this high, this dopamine high. And the more time you can put between you wanting something and the purchase, the better off you're going to be. Because you may get to the point and say, yeah, I still want it. And I have the money and all of it. I'm good. Or kind of all the newness wears off. And by the time you go to purchase it, you're like, oh, do I really want it? That's why I love add to cart. I will do this a lot with clothes. So
and just wait.
That's good for me.
And like I mentioned earlier, some tactical things you can do is remove the debit card info that's saved, which is good just for security and privacy anyways.
Yeah.
And then avoiding Shop Pay and Apple Pay where it's just so easy with a click. Just bring that friction back in to where you actually have to go get your debit card out and type in the number manually if you really want it.
Yep.
And I found usually I'm too lazy. And that tells me I didn't really need the thing anyways.
So good, George. Oh, I needed this episode.
I did this for you. I'm going to be honest.
Thank you.
Yeah, we thought this was secret, just like Rachel needs a no spend month. Let's see if we can convince her.
I know. Well, George, I think it's almost the end of the episode. And we close out every episode with Guilty as Charged. And this is where our producer, Lindsay, gives us a new Guilty as Charged question every week. And if we are guilty, we take a sip. So, Linz.
Do you ever intentionally leave a party early to avoid having to help clean up?
Oh, gosh. That's dark. That took a real dark turn.
It's juicy.
I will say, y'all, I'm not great at this.
Just take the drink.
I will usually offer, but I think it's because genuinely, I'm justifying all this, because genuinely, if I have people over, I do not expect them to stay and clean
Totally.
up. And when I have friends that do, I'm like, what are y'all doing? They're doing the dishes. I'm like, well, I'm like, no. This is what I fully was expecting. When you host, I'm all in. I'm great. I'm not expecting you to do it. So I think that's my, go-to subconsciousness when it comes to that stuff. So I don't always think about doing it for other people. Like, I will help to a degree or ask, I will ask usually, like, hey, what can we do to help clean up?
But is it like from across the room? You're like, yeah, you need any help?
No. Yeah, I think my sister and mom are probably bitter at me in life because of this. They do a lot of the work.
Well, they're just naturally, their personality is wired to be helpful.
I know, and then I walk in, I'm like, oh my gosh, is the kitchen clean? Did y'all do all this already?
Gosh,
What was I doing? Unbelievable. I know.
So you're very appreciative
I'm probably
and
the
shocked.
worst. I'm probably the worst at that.
Yeah, I never assume, if I'm at someone else's house, depending on the relationship, I don't feel comfortable. I don't know what their routine is and how they want things done.
No, that is true too. Some people put where I could keep the clean dishes in the dirt, like they swapped it, and I was like, I don't know what to do about that.
That's true. And I have a thing at my house when we host, people load the dishwasher like maniacs, and they don't.
Oh,
and
George,
they'll
I hate
put all the
you.
food
I hate
in the
that.
disposal. I'm like, put the food in the trash and then rinse it a little bit. I do a little pre-rinse.
I do too. I'm a pre-rinser.
And I've heard that it's worse or something. I feel like that's just something messy people said to make themselves feel better. Like, yeah, it's actually worse if you pre-rinse it. You want to leave all the gunk on there.
I clean for it.
Makes it work harder. Makes it hustle harder. I'm like, I don't buy that.
That's not true.
Have I ever left a party intentionally to avoid cleaning up? No. I do ask, and depending on the relationship, I'm happy to jump in. Now, usually it's not like the heavy manual labor, but at least like tidying up, getting the plates to the kitchen. I'll always do that. But as far as like getting the dishes in the dishwasher, I feel like you kind of vibe it out. And usually it's a no from me, dog.
Now, here's one thing I will do. If our kids are over, I will go up to the playroom of that house with my kids.
Unclean.
And we will clean the playroom. I will do that.
I need to know this as a new parent.
Yes,
this is good
because
information.
kids are a disaster and they will throw everything everywhere. And that is annoying. Like the kitchen to me, the food stuff, like, I don't know. Like we can get that done.
We have
the
a supper
playroom
club.
makes me want to like my head explode. So I will make my kids go up and like, hey, let's check out the playroom, make sure it's how we left it.
That's very nice.
That's a big thing for me.
We have a supper club, and they're big on like, there's usually like two of us. It's usually me, and my toxic trait is I basically leave the group while they're still hanging out, and I will just clean up.
At your own house?
At my own house. And my wife is not a fan of that move. She's like, just hang out. It's fine. We'll clean it later. But it like gives me anxiety to just have all this mess, knowing that after everyone leaves, after I'm exhausted, then I'll have to clean up for
do
an
people
hour.
migrate to the kitchen and talk though? Because that's what ends up happening. I feel like. Yeah,
they
which is
tend
great.
to. But
I'm
usually I
great
have
with
one
that.
or two friends.
I don't think that's rude.
They jump in and
Some
they're
people
like,
think that's rude when you start to clean while people are there. I don't think that's rude.
I enjoy it.
I think that's being efficient.
And I love that
That's
when
being efficient.
people leave, the house is already clean. Because your boy's not trying to stay up past 10.
Yeah, no.
All right?
No.
Me and Joe Biden, we got to go to bed early.
Oh my gosh.
Just saying.
And
8 p.m.
paper plates are your friends. That's what I've decided.
That's another good
paper
life hack.
products all day. That's an easy cleanup.
Love it. How about you, Linz?
Yeah, you're a cleaner. I bet you're a helper, Linz.
I try to offer to help, and if I forgot, it wasn't intentional. Like it was just that
I feel like
forgot.
I've had dinner at your house and I was not helpful. So let me just preface that and say I'm sorry.
No, oh my gosh, I'm like Rachel. I don't expect that of anyone.
Oh,
So like
I thought this
when
was a plaintive question from
I actually
you.
have friends that come to my
George.
mind that like are on it immediately, and I'm like, where did they go? And then I come back in, and it's like all done, and I'm like, you did not have to do that.
I have.
But you're also-
I almost feel bad. Like I
That
feel
they did
worse
that?
that they did it. Like
Yes,
I'm like,
I
no.
I can get there.
Like I invited you to hang out. Like
Yeah.
I got it.
Good to know.
Yes.
I'll never help. Next time I'm over.
Well, we already know you don't want to anyway, so there you go. That
I
works
do.
out.
All I want to do is clean. It's the only thing I want to do in life.
You love to clean. Wow, we really solved the world's problems. So,
I think America is solved.
I think we
Doing
are.
great.
Don't worry, guys. We have confidence and
Got it under control.
saving in the country.
Us
Don't you
and
worry.
Huberman, we're going to figure this out.
It's going to be fine. We're going to be okay, people. You started first. I just did not.
It was not for you.
No, didn't care for it. Tasted like a.
It's such a mystery of a drink. I'm trying to figure it out. What would you rate
well,
it?
when you like first take a sip, it's one thing, and then like a second later, it's something else, and then after, it's a totally different aftertaste.
I think I know why. What would you rate it? Just
I
be
mean, I'm
honest.
not getting it at a restaurant. No way I'm spending $12 or how much you would spend at a restaurant for a cocktail. I'm not doing that. I don't want to like throw up in my mouth either. Like it's not that bad. So I'm going to go 3.5.
Wow. All right. I'm going 6.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
I like kind of bitter, like the grapefruit juice, just straight up grapefruit juice. It's got kind of that
It does. It has
bitterness
that.
to it.
Yes.
But this was a chestnut cup. Let me remind you.
Don't worry, I didn't forget.
The cost breakdown per glass is $3.36. So not a cheap drink by any means, but something interesting if you just want to spice it up at the home. It's got gin, Campari, lemon juice, and here's the kicker that I think is what threw you off. Orgeat, which is a sweetened syrup made from almonds and other citrus flavors. So it's kind of an almond liqueur. And now taste it again and see if you get that kind of almond flavor.
Weird, but I like almonds, but that's weird.
But I think that's what's throwing you off is the orgeat, if I had to guess.
I'm going to say you're right.
And then the Campari's adding that bitterness
And I
with
don't care
the
for
almond.
Campari either. This just wasn't my drink.
She does not care.
But Michael, we appreciate Michael's hard work.
I did ask Michael beforehand. I said, hey, how are we going to rate this? And he said, low.
Oh, he did?
Why would you serve us a drink you know is going to disappoint us? Your one goal is to make us happy. He does a great job.
Oh, man.
All right, so you can find the recipe in the show notes. Give it a try this weekend. Don't let us sway you from trying it.
No.
Find out for yourself that it's a 3.5.
Well, you guys, thank you as always for listening and watching. We so appreciate you. So make sure to subscribe, leave a review, share this episode with your friends, with your family if you loved it. And if you did love this content, then make sure to check out our episode on girl math, where we keep talking about the cultural trends of today.
That was a good one.
So we'll see you guys next Thursday on an all-new episode of
Smart Money Happy Hour.